that was the nerd in me. That was the nerd of the awkwardness in me. But y'all, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, I missed y'all. It's been a very busy 2 weeks, and if you know, you know. However, if you guys are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to your girl so I can just continue to give you all of this joyous energy that I have. And let's get into it. So, oh my god, growing up in the hood and being a nerd, growing up in the hood while being a nerdy girl, growing up in Detroit. And I know Detroit has such a negative connotation to it. And because every time you just mention Detroit, people just like, oh my god, you know, it's such a, you know, is it really like that? Is it really dangerous? Thugs and all this stuff. And yes, back in the day, you know, it was, you know, the riots, the racist riots and all of that stuff. It's really no different from the Watts riots in California. However, California is sunny and all. It's a lot of still good things attached to California. When we talk about Detroit, you know, it's just something, a grit attached to it, a grittiness, a griminess, and people always just like, you know, put everybody in one bunch and just think everybody is the same when, you know, roses can grow out of concrete. And here you go, you know? Yeah, I was kind of talking about me, you know? But so growing up in Detroit and being a nerd, whew, y'all, it was definitely trauma. I knew I was different, for one. I always knew I was a different young girl. I was still playing with Barbie dolls and Cabbage Patch Kid dolls when I was in high school, up until I was high school. I didn't have the latest fashions. You know, the voice you hear now, I spoke much with a squeakier, much Minnie Mouse voice, much babyish voice. And I didn't know I spoke with a baby voice until remember back in the day, we had to record our, you know, fly recordings on our phones. And so like all the friends that I did have, while they kind of had like, not adult voices, but certainly not like baby voices like mine, their voices sounded kind of cute and teenage-like, you know. I'm here like, oh, thank you for calling such and such, or, you know, Jaquil, leave a message. It just sounded like a baby. And I'm like, this is what I sound like. Oh my goodness. And I didn't appreciate my voice until later, much later on. But like I said, I was always different. Growing up in the hood and coupled with being a nerd, you kind of gotta you're gonna inevitably grow titanium balls. Like you're gonna have to have tough skin. And I think I developed a lot of that growing up. I experienced death at an early age. My grandmother died. I think I was around 10 years old. And I had a lot of traumas growing up with my stepfather. So it was a lot to deal with mentally. So when I was dealing with all of that, I still had to deal with the ever so trying, oh my God, middle school days and middle school kids and the mean girls and the bullies and things like that. So while puberty did not come knocking on my door until much later, you know, back in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, like the girls were just like growing like these bodacious bodies, and I am skinny girl over here. I am Twiggy. You know, I am Twix. I am, you know, stick figure over here. And, you know, later I use my thinness and into modeling, yes, but you really don't want to hear, oh, you're so skinny all the time, or you need to put the meat on your bones, you need to eat, you know. I heard that constantly, y'all. Constantly, I heard that. So, not only I was a nerd, I was skinny, I was weird, I was awkward, and I lived in the hood. I did not have friends. I'm thinking, just growing up, I had this one, I thought she was my friend. I knew this girl would not play with me unless I took my bike outside. I knew that. I was smart enough to understand the exchange we had. So every time I would take my bike outside, because she didn't have a bike, she would come outside and play with me. And while I'm knowing this, you know, knowing that she is like this, you know, just that little morsel of whatever half-ass friendship that we had, that was enough for me. That was something that I really, really wanted within her. And because she was kind of popular, kind of cool. Her body was like, even in fourth grade, her body was kind of developing, or was developing, and she had the cute boys liking her. Now, I was always an attractive, or I want to say cute, little girl. And my hair is much longer back then, and that doesn't mean like if your hair was short you're not attractive, but my hair was much longer back then, and then I cut it in high school. But in the Black community, if you see a Black girl with long hair, everybody just like, you know, think you are maybe mixed with something, or you know, you do get picked on. You may not think, oh, how is that even possible? You know, it is. You get singled out. You get singled out. And I do understand the fascination with Black girls and long hair. I understand that whole texturism and colorism. That's just another video. However, I was just a cute girl, but I was just always so I knew I was awkward, y'all. I knew I was nerdy. I knew there was just something different about me, where I just did not click with all the other girls. I had one friend named Charisse, and she was kind of like my protector, a little bit. She had an older brother that went to the middle school. It was like middle school and high school, kind of. And she just, my brother did not live with me, so I basically developed a lone wolf type of personality at a very young age, and that kind of singled me out more to bullies and mean girls. I remember one time I was in the classroom, and this girl, she was the bully of all bullies. She ran that school, and when I say ran that school, I mean, if it was a problem, her mother would come up there and just curse out everybody in the office. I mean, this girl ran that school. And she put shaving foam on my hair, in my shoulder. She cut a little piece of my hair. We were in class, and I felt when she did it, y'all. She just in the back of me, just putting shaving foam on my right shoulder. And as an adult, thinking back into that situation, I'm thinking like, the teacher never stopped her. Like, he just kept on teaching. He knew that this girl always was a problem. So I don't know if it became exhausting to him, but I think that was the first time I ever just felt unprotected by an adult man, a teacher. I'm like, why are you letting this girl put shaving foam? I don't know how this girl got shaving foam. I'm not sure. I think she took it from somewhere. Like, I don't know how she got shaving foam. Maybe she took it from home or somewhere, but she was doing that, and just all the kids were laughing and everything. I think I did not come to school for like a day or maybe 2 days, because that was such an embarrassing moment. And she picked on me like nobody's business. She picked on me, and she knew I was different. I dressed like I didn't, like, I guess, we weren't poor, but I didn't have all the, the fashionista clothes, the fashionable clothes. Back then, it was rainbows at 579, Guess, K-Swiss. K-Swiss was a big thing back then. And if you didn't have these styles, you would just be considered, just, ugly and just weird and just not cute. So obviously, I wanted those clothes. I wanted to fit in, and I just never was that type of girl for people to, well, back then, to gravitate towards too, because I didn't know how to hone in on my on who I was and what made me uniquely beautiful. And I remember this one girl, her name was Tina. I should have never been hanging out with her. I wanted to be in the cool crowd like so much that I remember one day we went to a store. We went to Rainbows, and we stole some clothes. And I got in trouble. My parents kind of like blamed her a lot, but I wanted to do it. And I wanted, because these clothes are so cool, and we stole some clothes. We got caught because she dropped it, and we obviously got caught because they knew what we were doing when we first came in there. And yeah, like, that is something that I would tell my younger self, do not waste your time with trying to get these people to like you, because you are definitely going to grow into yourself. You are going to grow into loving yourself. You are going to grow into appreciating who you are, because you are individually unique, and that's what makes you, and that's what makes me. I still preach this to this day to grown adults. We all still kind of need that, because when we graduate from being away from the high school bullies or the middle school bullies, we go into the workplace bullies. It's just sometimes it's just a constant will. And but yeah, growing up in the hood in Detroit, and just being like not only a nerd, but a Black girl nerd that just trying to find her way was very, very hard, y'all. It was extremely, almost painful. But like I said, I will tell my younger self, and if you guys, you guys are listening or watching, if you have daughters, sons, nieces, nephews, tell them to please, please, please stick to who they are, their true self. Their tribe will find them. And if the cool kids or the popular kids, if you're a group of people that you want to, if you want to let them see who you are, you want them like, see me, I gotta see who I am. I'm great. I'm this. I'm that. And if they're not giving you a seat at the table, a mini seat, a crate, or whatever, I would advise you, tell your nieces, your daughters, your brothers, your little brothers, to create their own space. Create their own space and make themselves, prop themselves up. Make their own table so they can inspire other, you know, people like them, so they can invite that that energy, so they can help out the next person that's just like them, because they don't know who they are going to inspire. I didn't realize that I inspire a lot of people still to this day, and adults. I didn't realize I did that. I inspired mothers, other cosplayers, content creators. I get a lot of messages, and it feels good to inspire just even one person. If you're not inspiring, what are you doing with your life? You know, and you have to be, I feel that contributing to society in a more positive note is such a great feeling. It gives you such great virtue also. So now, going through those things and being who I am today, I would not change a thing. If I went through it again, it would be tough as nails, but it also made me tough as nails, and it also made me appreciate the world today. Why? Because I am in it. You get it? And it will make you appreciate the world today because you are in it, because you are just a great contribution to society. And I feel that I am as well too. As long as it's positive and you are encouraging someone on a more positive level, keep up that great work. Don't change. We all, listen, if I have a ton of nerd friends now, like a ton of nerd friends. If I had them back in the day, oh my goodness, I still don't know where I would be. I feel like just going through those obstacles and those challenges made me who I am today, right? I think stuff like that kind of builds our character, and yet I'm still feminine. I definitely have, you know, a stronger sense of who I am, and I'm in a great place right now. But yeah, there are still kids growing up in the hood and they're feeling different. However, they get the opportunity, or they get the luxury of social media. That's a good side of social media. They see themselves. There are more representations of us in a more positive light now than ever. We didn't have that back in like the 90s or anything like that. So like teen pregnancy was so high back then. Now there's just so much to do and so much to keep busy with your teen girls and things like that. There's just so much to get out in this world. There's just so much to have, and you want to be somebody. They just got it. They got it made, and I wish we kind of had that back then. But that's the positive side of social media. We get to see our reflections and our of how we are, how beautiful are we. I love how we are just expressing ourselves with our natural hair, expressing ourselves with our natural gifts. That's really, really important. So y'all, I survived growing up in the hood, being a nerdy girl, being awkward. I really did. I hope you guys did too. I really did. Y'all, oh my goodness. This topic really just made me reflect on a lot of things, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I mean, reflection is meditation, and it's also good for your spirit. So I'm glad you guys joined me today, and I hope you guys join me again on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you guys. Until the next video. Bye.